In today's video, I'm just going to give you an idea of what the trading room looks like. Now, normally you're actually going to have, probably lines on these couple of charts also, but this is where we ended up at the end of the day. There was one decent setup that we had in Google on the 30-minute chart that met at least, one target, and actually I think there was about a $29 rally off of that low. Yeah, 29.17, and I'm going to show you how that triggered an entry. And then there was also a setup where we would use either 144 233 tick chart for an entry in the S&P off of the 30-minute chart. So anyway, the 30-minute chart, it wasn't a huge setup, but we did see 12 points off of this symmetry support that came in from all of the prior declines over on the left hand side of the chart. This is the last time we did one of those symmetrical projections, and we saw a huge rally off of that. But here, if you get the full move and we continue to hold above this last low, we'd be looking at the 27.41 area next. Now, as far as the Google setup, now on the pullback, here I've just basically set up some of these smaller pullbacks or projections, from the high that was made this morning, and we had the zone, well, at least the top end at the 1121.22 area, and the actual low is made at 1123.60. That is both visually close enough and close enough, as far as the way I would write up my trading plan. So what was the trigger? So I'll give you an example of something that you can use. In this case, this is a 30-minute chart in Google. And here's a good example of a trigger. Now, this is a 1-minute chart. A trigger is just essentially the price action that tells you it's worth placing a bet. So since the market was going straight down into that support, I wanted to see it shift patterns by taking out a prior swing high and having the 834 EMA cross over to the upside. Once that occurred, you could be long, Google, and it doesn't have to be stock. Obviously, I work with mostly options traders, and your initial risk would have been defined either under the cluster zone or underneath the low made prior to your buy trigger, which was over here. And as far as risk reward, you'd be risking to under here, which is not a whole lot compared to what we ended up seeing by the end of the trading session. Now, I'm not going to tell you that every single day that I have trade setups in stocks that rally 29 bucks, but it does happen often enough. So that's what you do with it. Basically, the way you make money: setup plus trigger equals trade entry, then you manage it. Same thing over here, and yeah, that's about it.